Welcome back to Here for the Common Game. Today, in deck number 970, we are not going to talk about Mizzet the Guildpact. Mizzet the Guildpact is an amazing card. Yes, it is. 5 mana, 6/6 flying, hexproof or multicolor. It gets all kinds of stuff when you do different things based on the number of guild permanents you have out. It's great. Only I didn't build around that. You see, as y'all know, I am building a deck out of every legendary creature, and I have had a deck waiting for the next 5-color commander. I've had it for some time. As cards have come out, I've updated the deck, and I was like, we're going to get another 5-color that I haven't used one day. Well, here we are. It is Mizzet. Now, I have played this deck several times, and a couple friends of mine have played it a few times. Does pretty good. There are times when I have cast Mizzet because I needed a 6/6 blocker or a flying blocker. But if you're looking for Ravnica Guild synergies, this ain't it. What this is a gate deck. Yes, I know. It's been a while. It's probably been, 3 or 4 years since I had, but I have a lot better, we all have a lot better access to gates now. So Maze's End, in case you're unfamiliar here, Maze's End is a non-basic land, enters the battlefield tapped. Taps for colorless, of course. 3 mana tap, bounce this to your hand, search your library for a gate, put it on the battlefield. If you control 10 or more gates with different names, you win the game. Now, back 11 years ago, when this card was printed, 11 years, there were only 10 gates. Azorius, Simic, Gruul, Izzet, Orzhov, Selesnya, Boros, Dimir, Rakdos, and Golgari. But since then, we have gotten more gates. Thanks to Baldur's Gate, I know you don't hear that statement a lot, but we have Heap Gate, Black Dragon Gate, Cliff Gate, Sea Gate, Manor Gate, actual Baldur's Gate, Basilisk Gate, Gron Gate, and Citadel Gate. But did you also know that they sneakily put in 2 other gates just randomly? One in War of the Spark with the Gateway Plaza, and the other at Thran Portal in Dominaria. Also gates. So now it is easier to get these. Now, the problem with getting a gate win is that, you got to play with gates. And they're not favored. It's some of the actual guild gates are, not among the favorite dual lands people like to play. So we got to, kind of make up for their downfall. So Amulet of Vigor is going to let those, when they come into play tapped, untap them. As will the Tiller Engine and Spelunking from Ixalan. Spelunking, for those of you listening and not watching, Spelunking is a 3-mana enchantment that says blah, blah, blah. The last line says, lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. So that is beautiful. Much more beautiful than my explanation. But now we've got to, number one, draw these gates and get them in play with a quickness. So we have a few things that go and search out just generically lands, and that's what I focused on. Our Promise goes and gets 2 lands, puts them into the battlefield. Circuitous Route will actually get gates. Crop Rotation to go and find, more times than not, it's the Maze's End. The cartographer survey, yeah, some deep cuts here. You look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 land cards from among them on the battlefield tapped, the rest on the bottom. We are land heavy. You saw the gates. That's not all the lands. I've got some more non-basics and some more basics. So this is kind of the idea is a 5-color green deck because green is what searches for lands. That's now tipped with discovery. There's a whole strategy behind playing it. Last night, I actually played it, and I was able to get 9 lands off it. Everybody at the table agreed. Reshape the Earth, the card that was just made for this deck. Yes, I know it's 9 mana, but you can go get your all 10 and just, do the thing. Expedition Map's going to search for a land. Burgeoning. Yeah, somebody plays a land, you play a land. Now, we have a lot more land than most decks, so we're not going to run out as fast as you normally would. Explore the Underdark. You get to search your library for up to 2 basic lands or gate cards and put them on the battlefield tapped. You take the initiative. Open the gates. You search for a gate. How about expand the sphere? Yeah, you look at the top 6, you get 2 lands. But then we have other things that just let us play more lands. Growth Spiral, Explore, Exploration, Oracle of Moldiah. Sylvan Scrying is going to search for a land, and then Broken Bond will pop a problem and let you drop a gate. Animist Awakening, because we're getting lands into play with the ultimate goal of getting a gate win, but let's face it, we're also getting the lands into play. We're going to have mana. But invariably what's going to happen is somebody is going to destroy one of your gates, or worse yet, the maze's end itself. So that is why I'm running the Conduit of Worlds. You can play lands from your graveyard, and the Splendid Reclamation just to bring them all back. Now, the hardcore reset panic button, if you just gotta scape shift. I mean, just boom, I'm going to have them. Swap the non-gate lands you have for the gate lands that you need. So, all of that being said, let's look into our ramp. Yeah, that's our strategy portion. Now we're going to get into the ramp. Of course, y'all know that we got a Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Wayfarer's Bauble. That was not in the other category simply because it only gets a basic. Thought Vessel, valuable for that no-max hand size. Ornithopter Paradise, we are paying 5 colors, so that's what you're going to notice around most of these choices here. Felwar Stone, Spectral Searchlight, Chromatic Lantern, Darksteel Ingot, Commander Sphere, and the Coalition Relic. Now we have our card draw. There's obviously no better card draw in this deck than Tatiova. Rhystic Study's a pretty close second. Actually, Rhystic Study may draw us more cards than Tatiova, but you see where I'm going. Ambition's Cost. This could be something else, to be honest with you. We're not having a problem drawing cards. And then Rites of Flourishing, my favorite, double meat, double cheese. Anybody remember when this card back in the day was like 35 cents? Yeah. But draw an additional card, play an additional land. Everybody gets it, so, can't be real mad. Then we have our, this is the other category. One early card in the deck was Terra Eternal, to make all lands indestructible. I ain't trying to destroy nobody else's lands with this deck, but I want to make dang sure that my gates and my maze don't get got. So that's why I want the Terra Eternal. Now, Azusa, she's just a great creature theme deck. Yeah, that didn't make any sense, I know. But you want to play lands, Zeus is your gal. There again, Blackblade Reforged. You want to play lands? Strap up somebody with a sword. Now, I've had the sword on Niv Mizzet, and, that's kind of scary. I do have a couple of extra turn spells. The Beacon of Tomorrows and the Nexus of Fate. But because the reason why I have those in there is there are times where you're not going to have your land untappy thing, and you will just sit there. You will play the last gate you need, or you will play your Maze's End, and you won't be able to do it because you've got to wait a whole turn cycle to untap. Here's where Nexus comes in, or your extra turn spells. Well, the beautiful part about removal is we have access to all of it, and I mean all of it that ever was. This is not the who's who of removal, I know that. I only have one counter magic spell. That's an offer you can't refuse. I only really use counter magic when somebody's trying to mess up something that I am doing. We do have Putrefy, Mortify, Decimate, beautiful card. Disenchant, yes, I'm that old guy. Blasphemous Act, Rip Apart. Ooh, it ain't wanting to stay in there. Come on, Rip. Return to Nature, and then Hallowed Burial. Now, Hallowed Burial I want to talk about for a second because this card is outstanding. We live in a time where there are more indestructible creatures than ever. And that's a favorite thing to kind of fabricate. Whether or not they're running Avacyn or the Eldrazi Monument or whatnot, there's some stuff that's just hard to deal with. And destroy effects don't really, But Hollow Burial doesn't kill anything, doesn't destroy, doesn't exile. Tuck them all. And then, of course, we just have the good old-fashioned route. Like route, when I build decks, I put route in the 7 mana slot because that is where it shines. Now, non-basic lands. Of course, we're going to have that Ash Barrens, Evolving Wilds, Path of Ancestry, Terramorphic Expanse, Exotic Orchard. I got really, really hooked on the old border of some of this stuff, right? So I'm going to try to see if we can't get a little better in frame here. The Command Tower, I know I missed the boat there, right? Mana Confluence and City of Brass. And of course I have a few basic lands there. Mostly green, a couple of all the others. But that is what I have got for Niv Mizzet the Guildpact. I know it's kind of anticlimactic when I do not build around the commander. I don't do it a lot, but there are times like this where I really wanted to turbo gate. Now, the fastest I've ever seen this deck win was not in my hands, not at all. A buddy of mine played it and got the gate win on turn 6, which is a little soon. I know I am not a competitive commander player in any way, and I don't encourage that. I say that. You do you, boo. I like the casual, but normally we stay pretty casual around here, but that was just silly quick on turn 6. Talking about getting 11 specific lands. Yeah. But that's what I have got for today. I do appreciate y'all liking, subscribing, watching, commenting. Let me know what you think. What did I miss? What could make it better? A better suite of removal, probably. Anyway. But that's what I've got for today. Thank you so much. But we're going to go ahead and shuffle and cut.